When people hear Lake Mary, they usually think gated communities, golf courses, and home prices that cause light chest pain. But believe it or not, you can still buy a single-family home in Lake Mary for under $500,000 if you know where to look and what to avoid. In this video, I'm covering 3 Lake Mary neighborhoods that make sense for normal humans with normal budgets. This is part 1 of a 2-part series, and I'll show you exactly what these areas look like, how the schools stack up, and why some of them are better deals than others. No fluff, no sales pitch, just the real version of Lake Mary. Let's get into it. The hills of Lake Mary is one of the few places left in Lake Mary where you can still find a single-family home under $500,000 without having to live next to a storage unit or a 7-Eleven dumpster. Where exactly is Hills of Lake Mary? You're looking at this shaded area right here off H.E. Thomas Jr. Parkway, which is also known as State Road 46A. 417 is the Eastern Beltway. 429 is the Western Beltway. This is I-4. And Lake Mary Boulevard is down here. Colonial Town Park, right here. The neighborhood has 321 homes in an absolutely killer location. You're minutes from I-4, the 417 and 429 Beltways, Colonial Town Park, Colonial Town Center Business Park, Orlando Health Lake Mary Hospital, and the Lake Mary Sports Complex. Translation: you could get almost anywhere without selling your soul to traffic. The homes were built between 1982 and 1993 by Calton Homes, Catalina Homes, and Mercedes Homes, back when builders believed in things like yards and space between houses. And as the name suggests, this community actually has real rolling hills, which in Florida is basically a geological miracle. As you can see from the footage, the lots are larger than what you typically find in Lake Mary at this price point. You're not waving at your neighbor through their bathroom window, always a plus. HOA fees are refreshingly reasonable at about $423 a year, not per month, not per quarter, per year. Yes, that still exists in Lake Mary. School zoning puts you in Seminole County's Region 2 elementary options, which means Bentley, Crystal Lake, or Wicklow Elementary, along with Millennium Middle and Seminole High School. The bottom line: the Hills of Lake Mary is one of those rare neighborhoods that checks the boxes: location, lot size, low HOA, and price point, in a city that usually tells buyers, good luck with that under $500K. If you want Lake Mary without the Lake Mary price tag, this is where you start looking. So what do you get in Hills of Lake Mary for under $500,000? This is a currently active listing. $465,000, built in 92, 1,555 square feet, 4-bedroom, 2-bath. It has a newer roof, newer AC, newer water heater, fully remodeled kitchen, and new flooring throughout, updated electrical panels, so forth and so on, and a nice sized fenced backyard. If you'd like to see the full listing and all the photographs of this home or any home I show in this video, I'll put the links in the description below. Next up is the Crossings, which isn't one neighborhood, it's more like a small city pretending to be a subdivision. The Crossings is pretty big and located in this area approximately right here. That's Lake Mary Boulevard, Eastern Beltway, Western Beltway, and I-4. This is a massive community with over 1,250 homes, made up of smaller sections like Silver Lakes, Sheffield, Colony Cove, Greenwood Lakes, Lakewood, Lakeview Village, Herring Cove, Highlands, Remington Oaks, and the Reserve. In other words, if you live here, your mailing address probably needs GPS confirmation. Homes in the crossings were built between 1979 and 1995, so you get mature trees, established streets, and layouts from a time when builders thought closets and driveways were important life features. School zoning is one of the big draws here. Lake Mary Elementary and Longwood Elementary, Greenwood Lakes Middle, and Lake Mary High School. And both the middle and the high school are actually inside the neighborhood. Translation: no car line nightmares and no excuses for being late. You're also minutes from shopping and dining along Lake Mary Boulevard with easy access to I-4 and the Lake Mary business parks. So commuting is reasonable by Central Florida standards anyway. One of the hidden perks here is Greenwood Lakes Park, a great county-run park with sports fields and open space. And the Cross Seminole Trail runs right through the community, complete with a tunnel under Greenwood Boulevard, which is surprisingly exciting if you like biking without risking your life. HOA fees vary a lot depending on which section you're in, anywhere from about $300 to $1,400 per year. The higher end usually includes yard maintenance, which means you can stop pretending you enjoy mowing in August. Now let's be honest, this is not Heathrow. You're not getting guard gates and fountains every 50 feet. But if you want a real Lake Mary address, Lake Mary schools, parks, trails, and a chance at a single-family home under $500,000, the Crossings is a very solid option. Bottom line, big community, great schools, parks and trails, convenient location, not fancy, but functional. And sometimes that's the smarter buy. The Crossings is a pretty large community, so there are several listings for sale right now, but I picked one at random. This is in the Highlands of Lake Mary section of the Crossings. $434,998 is the price, built in 94, 1,956 square feet, 4-bedroom, 2-bath. Had some major renovations in 2015, including new windows. Whole house was repiped, updated flooring, fully remodeled kitchen, and updated walk-in shower. Last up is Huntington Landing, which includes Huntington Ridge and Huntington Point, a combined community of about 326 homes built by Pulte between 1996 and 2000. Located here off of Lake Emma Road. That's Lake Mary Boulevard. I-4 there. This neighborhood is especially popular with people who work in the Lake Mary business parks, particularly those on the east side of I-4. Translation: shorter commute, more time at home, and fewer life decisions made in traffic. HOA fees run about $820 per year, and residents get some solid amenities: community pool, plus tennis and basketball courts. Not resort living, but definitely more than just sidewalks and a sign at the entrance. What really sets Huntington Landing apart is the school combination. This is widely considered the best lineup of all the neighborhoods in this video: Woodlands Elementary, Markham Woods Middle, and Lake Mary High School. For a lot of buyers, that alone puts this one at the top of the list. Now, fair warning, in the later phases of Huntington Landing, some homes were built right up against I-4. And unless the soothing sound of highway traffic helps you sleep at night, those are the ones you'll probably want to skip. Lot sizes here are generally not huge, unless you back up to Lake Carter, and if you do, congratulations. But those homes are larger and usually well over $500,000. They don't really belong in today's budget-friendly tour. Bottom line, Huntington Landing is a strong choice if you want a Lake Mary address, excellent schools, community amenities, and easy access to the business parks. Just be picky about location within the neighborhood. Avoid the edge, the I-4 edge, if you value peace and quiet. And don't get emotionally attached to the lakefront homes unless your budget suddenly doubles. This is currently the only active listing in Huntington Point and Huntington Landing. It's a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, priced at $479, built in 96. Been on the market almost 5 months. That's kind of surprising because it's in the Lake Mary School District, and the middle and elementary schools are both very good in this neighborhood. 2,142 square feet. All bedrooms are upstairs. Looks like it had a new roof in 2019 and a new AC in 2023. So that wraps up part one of Lake Mary neighborhoods where you can still buy a single family home under $500,000, which in today's market is basically a minor miracle. None of these are country club communities. None of them have waterfalls, guard gates, or champagne fountains. But they do offer a Lake Mary address, good schools, and locations that actually make sense for daily life. The key takeaway is this: you can still live in Lake Mary without paying Heathrow prices. You just need to know where to look and what to avoid. And I'm not done yet. In part two, I'm covering 3 more Lake Mary neighborhoods that most people overlook, including one gated community and one that sits right on the Sanford border. Same rules, real footage, real pros and cons, and no sugarcoating. So if you're thinking about moving to Lake Mary or anywhere in Seminole County or North Orlando and want the honest version, not the brochure version, I'm Doug Packard with Real Living in Orlando, Florida. Subscribe to the channel, drop your questions in the comments, and if you want a list of current homes under $500,000 in these neighborhoods, reach out to me directly. I'll save you time, money, and at least one bad decision.